It wouldn't be a Georgie Boy vlog if we didn't start off the day with a little walk first thing in the morning. I love those little walks where I can just switch off, listen to a podcast, kind of talk to myself in my head, plan out my day, keep my circadian rhythm in check, kind of get my appetite going, because you know, when you first wake up, you're not always the hungriest. After I go for a walk, I'm like, fuck, I need some food in me right now. Planning out your day is so important. Like, a lot of people just this, that, or rushing around because they haven't got time to eat. Whereas this little 10-15 minute walk you do first thing in the morning allows you to go, right, this is what I'm doing at this time of the day, this is what I'm doing here, this is what I'm doing there. And once you get like that, once you become so efficient with your day, your performance in the gym is going to be good, your sleep's going to be good, everything is just going to be on point. So it's something which I would recommend doing if you don't already. But yeah, going to inhale the O2. Do I inhale O2? Yeah, oxygen from the trees, and just listen to a shitty podcast about life. But yeah, that's what we're starting off the day with. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Let's get 600 likes. 600 likes, I think that's achievable on this video, and I'll see you in a bit. I have to be weird, innit? I have to always be weird. Okay. There we go. Fucking hell. So macros as of right now on a training day are 525 grams of carbs, 250 protein, and 50 grams of fats. We are prioritizing carbohydrates on a train day, hence why carbohydrates are high and fats are relatively low at 50. Again, carbohydrates are our primary energy source on a train day. Fats will slow the uptake of carbohydrate, and of course we want to prioritize that on a train day. So my non-train day, I have higher fat, and it allows me to get the dietary fat, which I may potentially not get on a train day, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna cook up meal number one. The time is 10 minutes past 10 in the morning, and this is gonna be on my pre-workout meal. I roughly train about midday right now, maybe about 12:30. So yeah, cooking up the first meal. You probably already know what it is. I think I even put it in my last video, but I'm gonna fucking show you again.
We're a creative bunch. As research as replenishment takes place, great for the cardiovascular system as a reduction in total quality. I mean, both are essential, but I think this speaks exactly. It just feels like, I guess I would say, it feels like half of where we, I don't know how many days, but it was, what is happening when you're having these? No? We do, yeah. And we've done some of these studies where we put people.
So meal number one, kind of explained this in my last video. 100 grams of baby rice or cream of rice, whatever you want to call it. 85 grams of blueberries, and I've got 35 grams of my whey isolate from bulk powders. This is the one I'm using if anyone gives a shit. Chocolate cookies flavour is the best flavour in my opinion, but saying that, I ain't fucking used many. And then we have 3 grams of this table salt, which I've been using on top on my food. A lot of people are scared to salt their meals, but salt is very important for uptake of carbohydrate. Carbohydrates or glycogen uptake is determined by salt intake and water intake, so it's very important to make sure you get your water in and very important to get your salt in. So I've added 3 grams on top there, and I'm gonna have some dark chocolate if I can find it. I don't know where the fuck it is right now, but I'll find some dark chocolate to go with this as well. So macros will be on the screen. As I said in my last video, what I would do is I will eat this. I'll roughly sit around for about 2 hours, go through my logbook, all that type of stuff. I pretty much explained in my last video. I don't want to dive into it again because I know people, I want to listen to the same old shit, but I'll train roughly about 2 hours after eating this. And we got a shoulders and back session. I'll go for a walk as well. I'll watch some videos, fill out my logbook, all that type of stuff. That's my pre-workout meal. Check. Wow. Oh, beautiful. Ready when you are, champ.
Ready?
You're recording already?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Because normally I hear the beep. Mm-hmm. This one, don't give me the beep.
I'm glad.
So, what bit did you get there? Me talking about the old man dying?
No, I wanted to, but...
Intra-workout. Again, is it essential? No. Does everyone need it? No. Will it benefit you? Potentially. Will it give you that extra 1 or 2%? Potentially. And in natural bodybuilding, as I always say, that extra 1 or 2% can make the difference. So in terms of what I'm using Intra-workout right now is I mainly get all my shit from bulk powders. It's quite cheap, it's convenient, and it does the job at the end of the day. But I'm using a highly balanced cyclodextrin. I'll use 30 grams of that. I'll have my creatine. People ask me when to take creatine. Just take it when you remember. That's what I do, so I put it in my Intra-workout because that's when I remember to take it. I'm also using Pepto Pro, so I'm using a complete protein source. I use 30 grams, and I'm also using some electrolytes. As we train, we know that we are losing electrolytes, so we lose potassium, sodium. But adding in a couple of grams of electrolytes is obviously going to keep that balance whilst you're training, which is very important for, how can I say, blood flow to the muscles, stuff like that. I think it's very important. It is quite expensive, like the Pepto Pro and stuff like that, but like I said, What was I going to say? When there's someone recording me, so much pressure compared to when I'm on my own. You realise that? I don't know, because I can set the camera up and if I fuck up, I just go, you know what, I'll start again. But when you're recording, there's someone kind of watching me what I say.
Yeah, but it's me.
Yeah, I know, but still. Anyway, like I said, could it give you an advantage? Potentially. Try it for yourself. That's currently what I'm using. I'll put everything on the screen if I remember. Normally I don't. And yeah, that's the intra-workout. I'll sit this throughout my training session and I'll finish it about halfway through, so I get the actual full benefit. I see some people finish their intra-workouts and it's the end of the session and you finished it, like, great, like, what are you going to, you know, how are you going to utilise the rest when you finish your session? So finish it halfway through, you can utilise the whole thing. Just on my way to the gymnasium. This is where it's your time of the day. Okay? This is where it's your time of the day. So what I want you to do is go to the gym to switch off. If you're thinking about work, if you're thinking about your girlfriend and you know how you need to buy her flowers because you've had an argument, fuck all that. This is 2 hours. This is an hour and a half. Or however long you train, focusing on yourself. Focusing on what you want to achieve, what your goal is. I think this mindset going into the gym is so important that a lot of people forget about it. They neglect it, if that makes sense. But you need to go into that gym, switching off from life. This is, like I said, just however long you spend in the gym to focus on yourself, improving yourself and your own goal. Forget about your missus fucking, oh no, I need to go buy her flowers because I called her a cunt earlier. No, you don't. She's a cunt anyway. Forget about that shit. Focus on yourself. This way you're going to improve. I'm going to beat these logbook numbers today. This one we're doing, I'm going to beat this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. Visualize what you're going to do in your session. Tell yourself, I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. And you'll be way, way more successful instead of, well, that was a big old rev from me. Instead of fucking, oh no, I'm thinking about work and stress and my children, if you have children that is, or schoolwork if you have schoolwork. Fuck all that. This is your time to shine. This is where the spotlight's on you. Do your thing, be yourself, express yourself. And yeah, you'll find that you enjoy training so much more when you just learn to switch off. And I hope that gives you a little bit of motivation to go, actually, I'm gonna forget about my missus. I'm gonna call her a cunt and say, look, don't text me on deadlifting or whatever. Anyway, we're in for a back and shoulder, delts and back session, which I'm very much looking forward to. Yeah, I'll take you through as much as I can throughout the session. Driving there now, thinking about shit. What I'm gonna do, dumbbell shoulder press. I'm going for a PB today. I'm going to sit here and kind of explain the session to you instead of kind of, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do here. So we started off with a cuff lateral raise. I always start with those because my delts are a weakness, especially my side delts. Like, I've trained with other people and like my strength, and especially on the like 8 to 10 rep range, I'm just shockingly bad. So starting off with those, trying to improve my side delts. I don't think it takes away from like your pressing too much, especially if you're doing like 4 or 5 sets, and I think they recover quite well. Like, you never seem to fatigue from doing side lateral raises. So we started off with that, did 4 sets there. What I'm trying to think about whilst doing these is bringing my elbows. So I'm drawing from my elbows and I'm trying to bring my hands to the corners of the room. So I'm trying to imagine bringing my hands to the corner of the room. I don't know why I repeat myself fucking twice there. Then we moved on to a high incline dumbbell press. I don't like being like upright like this. I like to be more kind of at sort of an angle. I think being upright puts a lot of stress on my rotator cuffs and it just doesn't feel good. And trying to get those dumbbells up, like you probably see on the clips right now, getting those 32s up for the first rep is so hard. Yes, I could probably ask for a spot, but I'm that type of person that don't want to do that because I just think I'm a little bit cheating. So I got the 32.5s for a set of 5. Never done, well, I haven't done that in ages. That is a PB on this off season so far, which is good. Then did a set of 30s, then I did a set of 27.5s for a set of like 12. I started this off season doing the 27s for a set of 6. Now I've turned that top set into a back off set, which is brilliant. So that's the kind of goal with your pressing, is to make sure that you turn your top sets into back off sets, which is awesome. We then moved on to like a shoulder machine press. I can actually stack this machine, it's not that heavy. Clearly if I'm pressing the 32.5s, it's clearly not that heavy. So I stacked that for a set of 7, which was 1 rep up upon last time. Here, what I'm trying to think about on this movement is actually bringing my front delt and my ear as close as possible. So just imagine, as right now, if you press up to the sky, you want to bring your front delt and your ear, you want to bring that distance as short as possible. That's what I'm thinking about whilst doing that. I did a back off set of like 90 for a set of 13, which was another rep up, and then I did a set of 60. I think it's just like 60, the number's just 60 on there, for a set of 18, which was 3 reps up upon what I did last time, which was good. Then moved on to a dead stop T-bar row. Really like this movement. I've I've always said, if you can do like 8 or 9 plates, 10 plates on a T-bar row, which is super strong, you're going to turn to the rear, and I promise you, you're going to have a good shot, a good rear shot. So again, with that, just focus on getting strong as fuck. With me, what I like to do on my top sets is I like to move a little bit of weight. I enjoy doing that. I don't mind if my form's a little bit sluggish, because what I'm trying to do here is actually get hold of like heavier weight. I want to feel heavier weight. I want to get my hands on heavier weight, and what that does is that allows my back offsets to even feel lighter. So that's what I'm trying to do there. So my back offsets, my form is a little bit more tighter. Like I did 60 kilos for a set of 20, and I was doing 90 kilos for a set of 10, but my form was a little bit sloppy. But every week I'm doing that, I'm getting progressively better as I do it. So just be patient with it. If it feels hard, just continue doing it and you'll get better. I then moved on to a warrior grip pull down. Again, 3 sets on there, basic kind of movement for your back. I then moved on to a side lateral raise, and what I did here is I used like a D handle. The machine is fucking awful. Like, it's so like fixed in one position, like it really hurts like your wrists. So I thought I'd get a D handle or handle and then put it onto there, and it feels so much more better. So I did 3 sets in total on there. Then I moved onto an upright row, I believe. Yeah, an upright row with a barbell. A lot of people don't like the upright row, but I'm a big fan of it. Again, your elbows want to be higher than your wrists, so you want to be like this. You don't want to be like this as some people do. You want to be like this. Again, a very individual based exercise. A lot of people don't like it because it's like harsh on the rotator cuff, just feels uncomfortable. For me, it feels really good on my traps, my side delts, which is good. And then I moved on to, which I didn't record the rest of the session, was a dumbbell row. Managed to do the 50s for a set of 12, which was really good for me, like 50 kilo dumbbells. What I'm trying to think about here is bringing my elbow into my hip. I'm not rowing back, no scapular retraction here, as AJ will say to me. I'm bringing my elbows into the base of my spine. So focus on driving your elbow down and back instead of rowing back. I see a lot of people do that exercise completely wrong, and that's not the function of the lats. Don't know where I'm going with that after that. And then we moved on to some shrugs and some rear delts. That was the session. I hope that you enjoyed that little bit of a voiceover and kind of maybe implement some stuff into your sessions or whatever. Yeah, get me home and get me some fucking food. Right, so post-workout, we have the exact same as my pre-workout. We have 50 grams of whey protein instead of the 35 grams of whey protein. You might be thinking, George, why are you eating the same? Why are you eating baby rice? Listen, you fucking cunt. I do what I want. I like what I eat. This is my life, not yours. I'm not gonna change my life just because you don't agree with it. I hate punks like that. Like, just, sorry, I had to go off on one there. It's just, yeah, it's just how I felt. I don't know why. Some people really invest in stuff, which I appreciate you investing into my life, don't get me wrong. So some people are like obsessed, like, George, you shouldn't be doing that. Like, oh my God, you're having baby rice. You can't do that. I'm thinking, I can do what the fuck I want, motherfucker. You know what I'm trying to say? But yeah, that's my post-workout. The goal right now is for me just to relax, take my time eating. I'm listening to a Joe Rogan podcast right now about sleep with Matthew Walker on it. Very, very good. Interesting as well. Kind of a little bit weird. I'll show you. It's this one right here, actually, if anyone gives a shit. There we go. You probably can see that. Type that in on YouTube, it'll come up. Have a little listen. It's very, very good. So yeah, my post-workout about to go down, and then yeah, chat waffle. So I just popped to Sainsbury's and got some cookies. These are the best cookies, I promise you. The triple chocolate Belgian ones from Sainsbury's are nearly as good as the little ones, I promise you. Try these. Packet a day keeps the childish look away.
Surprising factors though was injuries, when they've looked at athletes from a point where now we control the night in terms of illuminate, but also just switch off half the lights in the house. You would be surprised at how soft.
Up next is meal number 3. We have a pack of prawns, which is 150 grams, 150 grams of chicken as well, and we have a pack of carrot, broccoli and cauliflower. You just put that in the microwave 4 minutes, and then I add it into the old pan and kind of mix it up all together. And I'm also gonna have a packet of Uncle Ben's rice, which I'm not sure why I haven't put in the microwave yet. I've served this up, but I forgot to put this in the microwave, so I'm gonna have a pack of that as well with this big old meal. But like I said, I like to get my veggies in within the evening. And we're also gonna have our fruit of the day as well. Although I've had my blueberries, I'm gonna have my packet of apples, because an apple a day keeps those fucking doctors away. So that's what we're gonna have. Looking forward to it. So final meal of the day is of course going to be my oats. I still love oats despite being 8 weeks post show. If I didn't love my oats, then I'd be a little bit upset and a little bit gutted that my appetite was going downhill. But it's not, it's still ravenous. I'm still very food focused. It's something which I'm managing. I always look forward to my big bowl of oats before I go to bed. Typically in my kind of post or my pre-bed setup, I will eat about an hour and a half before I go to sleep. I find that works best for me in terms of just settling my stomach, kind of. I don't think there's, don't get me wrong, I like to go to bed satisfied and full, but I don't want to go to the bed where I'm to the point of where I'm trying to digest food and it wakes me up in the middle of the night because my blood sugar levels are chopping and changing due to me digesting that food, all that type of stuff. So for me, an hour and a half is perfect. I'm settled, I'm content, and I'm ready to go to bed. Again, experiment, find what works best for you, and that goes with everything I'm telling you. It's just experiment. Don't just go, right, George is doing that, that means I need to do it. No, motherfucker, you don't. Just trial and error. Pick apart what I'm doing and implement it into your life, and if it works, great. If it doesn't, who cares? You'll find your perfect routine or your structure or what works for you. You'll find that. It takes time, but you'll find it. So typically that's kind of what I'm doing right now. 150 gram of oats, 50 grams of whey, and a little bit of blueberries to go on top. That is my pre-bed meal. I fucking love it at the moment. Give it 6 months, I will tell you, I fucking hate oats. But for now, we will enjoy them.
Why insufficient sleep?
And here we have it. The final meal of the day. I'm not going to add any Nutella into it, don't worry, I was just using that for my tripod. That is what we're looking like. Check. Boosh. 150 grams of oats, 50 grams of whey protein, chocolate cookies flavour, and you're good to go. So that, my friends, is my full day of eating. That's what I'm eating right now. If I eat off plan, I will just literally take out a meal and replace it with that meal off plan. Or if I know that I'm eating quite a lot off plan, then I'll reduce my food throughout the day to combat it. Very straightforward with what I do. Anyway, comment down below soup if you've watched the whole thing. We have a Heinz soup here, chicken and vegetable. I don't like soup. I think it's meh, just soup. It's when you have soup when you're ill. But comment down below soup if you watched the whole thing. Appreciate that, everyone. Thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next one.